Do you know what this is? It could be the one thing keeping your air conditioner from turning on. It's called a run capacitor. Its primary function is to provide a constant power and torque to the motors inside of your air conditioner. It creates a phase split and keeps them running efficiently. This is a 3-part series on how to test different capacitors and what you'll need to test them. Come on, let me show you. The first thing you'll need is a 1/4 inch or a 5/16 bit like this to get the bolts out of the cabinet door. Now this can be on a 6-in-1. My weapon of choice is an impact. Next and most important tool that we have to have is a multimeter. The brand of multimeter doesn't matter. You just have to have these two important functions. You either have to have a microfarad tester, because that's what our capacitor is rated in, microfarads, or your amp meter has to have a clamp. Keep this in mind because it'll be important later in the video. First thing we'll do is grab our capacitor and we'll check the information. This one is a 60 microfarad or 60 UF with a tolerance of plus or minus 6%. So that means that it could go up or down from 60 when we test it by 6%, which should be something like 3.6 on our scale. So the first thing we'll do is we'll grab our meter. We'll go from one side of the capacitor to the other side of the capacitor, like so. And we'll check the tolerance. It is 6.6. I'll say that's good. So if we go over and we take our other meter and we go to microfarads, this one's a little different. See, all meters are different. They all function different. Just make sure that yours has the microfarad tester. One lead goes to one side and the other lead goes to the other side, right? And we'll test it and we'll see it has the exact same tolerance. Now, you might have a capacitor that looks like this. This is what you call a dual capacitor. It has a side for your compressor and it has a side for your fan motor. So this one is tested a little different. This side here with the 4 is considered common, right? And it's usually marked here what you got. Fan, we got Herms, and the last but not least is always gonna be the C, which is common. So we're gonna take this lead and go to common, and then we'll take this lead, and go to Herms, right? And we'll put it just like that, Herms, and then C. What do we have? 34.18. That one is technically not bad because it can get all the way down to 33.25 and still be good, or it can get all the way up to about 36.75 before we can say that is out of tolerance, right? So that side is still good. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this lead from common and then we'll go to fan. So when we go from common to fan, we get 5.14. So these are the first two ways to check capacitors. We have a single capacitor and a dual capacitor. So that's part 1. This is part 2. Now part 3 is different. 3, I'll show you how to test the capacitor while the unit is running and the capacitor is still attached to the unit. That's why this amp meter. So the first thing we do is we take our meter and we clamp this wire. That wire is going from Herms, the one with the 3 prongs. Herms. We're gonna clamp that one. We'll take our reading, which comes out to 9.6 steps. Is we're gonna take voltage from this prong, which is common, and that prong, which is Herms, like so. So common and Herms. This is giving us the compressor. We have 351. So you're gonna pull up the calculator. You're gonna go 9.66 amps times 2652. I don't know why it's that number. It's always 2652. That's the number. Equals, and now we're gonna divide that by 350. And we have a capacitor that is pulling 73.19, let's go up, 73.20 microfarad. You're gonna take the amperage, times it by 2652, 2652, and then you divide that by whatever voltage is pulling on that capacitor. That is the third way to test the capacitor. Hey, I hope this video helped, and if it did, make sure you like, subscribe, and if you're interested in Summer Code HVAC coming out to do a home repair for you, check the link in the bio. Visit our website or just call our phone number.